Hey guys, it's me. I'm back. This week, we're walking. We're taking a stroll. We're taking a jaunt. A little jaunt through the Serpentine Desert. It's a great time. We're having a good time. This week we're having a good time. You know what I mean? It's just it's just great fun. So this season in Last Epoch, if you're still playing, which seems to be a dwindling number of people every time I decide to make one of these videos, but I'm still playing. This season of Last Epoch, Paladin is really strong and Judgement is really strong. There are many different ways to play Judgement, and it's long been a skill that I've wanted to build around. But since I am, of course, an insufferable hipster, I wanted to do one that I hadn't really seen before, or that at least I hadn't played. Because I did Consecrated Ground stacking last season, and I tried to do Aura last season. And there was a while in this season where I was playing like a Healing Hands plus Judgement, like Generator Spender, like crit setup thing. But I didn't really like it that much. I like the idea of Judgment's hit doing damage. I like the idea of it not being exclusively damage over time, but still being able to incorporate the damage over time element of Judgment in there. I think it's core the skill's identity. So today, I'm walking around doing fucking 4 million damage to things. And, get ready for the punchline, I'm not using a weapon. Instead, I am, of course, using a classic item not used for its intended skill, Hand of Judgment, which has a lot of really good stats on it, but is very rarely actually used for its unique effect. So, the idea of this build is that I have enough damage to blow up rares and champions and what have you in like 1 or 2 hits, and then I keep enough residual damage from Consecrated Ground using the Aura to run around and just walk through trash to the next thing I have to actually use Judgment on. So I've got a bunch of like conditional one-time damage buffs for the hit of Judgment, and that also stacks up on the Lingering Consecrated Ground. And overall, I think this is a pretty Jesus Christ, I'm sorry everybody, I've been weirdly like sick-ish this week. Maybe not sick, but like my throat has been a little mucusy, which is a little fucked, because I want to talk and make this video. But as you can see, I mean, this is, I think, the highest corruption appearance in a Callie Fleming production. We're at 1200, oh that's so nice, you can just see it. We're at 1221 right now, which is pretty good. I mean, I am playing a Paladin, so it's not incredibly out of the ordinary to get over 1,000, but I usually get bored before I get over 1,000. So, you know, good job, me. Everything just kind of dies pretty quickly. I have not tried Uber on this build. I have the relic from another character again, because thank you, Erasing Stream, letting me do that boss, but other than that, this is a pretty easy character to build. You don't have to worry about the weapon slot, which is nice. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm a little rusty. I haven't made one of these in a while. I'm just doing this because I need like some footage, because the build does not exactly lend itself to like funny clips. You know, like I can't do like Smelter's Wrath, where I spent like a minute at the beginning of the video just showing me blowing stuff up, and I guess this build does do that, but it's a little bit less exciting. Let me do a... No. I need to talk about the general concept in case you don't know. Okay, so Hand of Judgment. This is an item that does things. Melee damage per attunement and increased area per attunement for Judgment while you are unarmed, meaning no weapon in your weapons. I have a shield, which is lovely. But other than that... Sorry, I keep clearing my throat and it's probably like horribly disgusting. So it gives a lot of bonuses to Judgment. What's so great about Judgment? Well, Judgment has 350% melee effectiveness, which is great. You can make it... Sorry, hit the wrong button. You can make it consume mana to do even more damage. And it has a Consecrated Ground aura that follows you around. Now the damage of both of these can scale with healing effectiveness. Oh, look, it's a Paladin build that builds healing effectiveness. Fucking incredible. Fuck me, oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. How unprofessional of me. But we're scaling healing effectiveness 2 ways. Because it gains flat spell damage for healing effectiveness. 1 spell damage per 5% increase healing. And also, the melee attack does more fire damage for 1% increased healing effect. We're getting a lot of flat from stacking attunement from the gloves, and we're getting a lot of flat spell damage. Enough to not really have to worry about getting elemental dot on our gear, being able to from all of our other items. Right now our healing effectiveness is sitting at 1133%. Be more if I turned on Holy Aura. Gives us another like. So that's pretty cool. That translates to 113% more fire damage for Judgment and perfect. Calculator. 1133 divided by 5. That's 226 flat spell damage to Consecrated. So, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And basically all of our gear is focused around stacking a single stat. Now, unlike Consecrated ground stacking, you do actually need to get crit. I have 67% right now for Shattered Worlds and Peak of the Mountain, which I could get a better. Yeah, this is not that bad to do. Like, getting enough crit is fine because you've got this node in Judgment, gives you 50% more crit chance against ignited things. So, that's lovely. You know, we can crit things with our big hit. As I said, we wind up a huge hit, do a million damage against whatever we need to die really fast, and then we run around and let all the trash just get cleared by, you know, our aura. Stacking attributes, we have a red ring. That's pretty good. I guess we're talking about the gear now. These videos get, like, more and more disorganized every single time I do them. You know what? No. We're not talking about the gear right now. I've explained to you the function of the build. So we get melee damage, and we stack attunement because the area also increases the fucking consecrated ground. So I'm gonna do another one of these, and then I'm gonna do the boss, the Emperor of Corpses, the guy in here. And I'm gonna talk some more about this. Because, again, I'm playing a Sentinel. So there is a question about balance to be had. Last time I played, Forge Guard, that's right. And that is really just the red-headed stepchild of the Sentinel Masteries. So, going from that to a Paladin, and of course the Void Knight that I've been playing, which is just, again, like complete milquetoast, boring erasing strike. I don't even want to fucking show it. A complete milquetoast, boring fucking World Splitter erasing strike build that I used to farm Uber, to fund my other exploits. Like, it is night and day from playing Forge Guard. Paladin feels like you just kind of get solved for a lot of things. Like, resistances, who cares? Crit reduction, who cares? You can do some of that in the passive tree too. And we'll have some armor mitigation for dots. Oh, and do you want some health regen too? Oh, and we've got base crit in here also. And we've got, like, infinite healing effectiveness, which, of course, as you know, scales all of your abilities. It's like, what? Oh, slow down, like... I feel like everything in the Paladin tree is focused around, like, one stat, or, like, one thing. So, like, you literally could just, like, put points fucking everywhere, and it's like, oh, great, it's a win more mastery, you know? I'm using smart words. I'm using smart terms like that. But it's been fun. A struggle is trying to figure out something that hasn't been done to death. Paladin-wise. Not that that's a bad thing, but again, completely insufferable hipster. But I like this. It feels like a blend of, like... It feels like a slightly more active version of Consecrated Aura, which I have already played on its own, where you, like, fully max out the like, Righteous Fire zone around you. And it was fun when I played that, but I just kind of wanted a more active playstyle that could be a little more good against single targets. I think I've achieved that. Speaking of single targets, next I will go fight the boss of this timeline. So you might be wondering why I'm throwing Javelin. That's because it gives a big damage buff to Judgement. It's a sort of like a combo-y playstyle. You run up to stuff, you hit them with Vengeance to not die, and also to proc all the buffs from Vengeance, red things. And apply Doom, and then you throw a Javelin down whenever you're ready. It gives you a zone of more damage, and then BAM! You do a big fucking hit. Is this guy gonna kill me? Oh, he didn't! Let's go! Thank you, Paladin! I probably shouldn't tank the next one of those he does, because that was a little scary, but, you know. C'est la vie. So yeah, boss fights are pretty cool. You just keep building up your combo over and over again. That's pretty nice. Well, bam! I like builds that hit things really hard once. That's my special secret. But unlike the Forge Guard build, which is pretty similar to this one in gameplay, but a little bit better quality of life wise, instead of supplementing our damage after our one big hit with multi-strike and Forge Strike to clear, instead we have a completely automated aura that just kills things, which is really nice for clearing. Like, you've seen me going through the echoes in this video. Like, I love just walking. We're Paladins, so we're basically unkillable. It's pretty nice. Like, it's good. It's good. This build could probably do Uber. I just don't want to learn it on any other class that is not Void Knight, because Void Knight's cool and fun. And so do I have my place? No, I don't have Champion's Gate on this character. No, that's fine. We'll stay here and we'll talk about the build here in a little bit more depth. I didn't forget Throne of Ambition this time. Big win. So let's continue with the gear, because we'll make other things make more sense. So we're stacking Attunement like everywhere we go, which is armor. This is an insane chest, by the way. I cannot believe I fucking hit this. This is pretty crazy. Good job, Callie Fleming. Anyways, so we got a red ring for attributes, because we have a lot of attributes. Good. I think we just barely have enough for red, actually. Yeah. So we got a red ring. It's a no-brainer. I mean, this item's really good. And then we also can get Attunement on Siphon of Anguish, because we want to apply Doom to make the Judgement hit deal more damage, which is kind of a big part of our build. Usually, you get either tier 7 healing effectiveness or elemental dot on this for a typical Judgement, but Attunement for this, a lot of melee damage. Of course, we have Shattered Chains. If we're using Doom Ring, we use Doom Belt. Same thing as last time. When you have 4 stacks of Doom on something, you deal a lot more damage to them. You already do more damage to things that have Doom, but this is even more damage. So, oh wait, no, I was gonna make a joke. It used to say, the text used to be fucked. It used to say 5% more melee damage per stack of Doom, and I was gonna tease them about it. Rats. Relic, we got Shattered Worlds. It's Shattered Worlds. This really helps with crit. You can definitely play this without this. +4 to Judgement is really important though, because you really want skill points for that skill. Like, you would like it. It would be great for you to have a lot of skill points. Because there's a lot of really good nodes in Judgement. You got a lot, especially like dual specking it for dot and hits. I have this good pair of boots that I have from last season, I think. But anything with Citadel boots are probably good, just so you don't have to build crit reduction anywhere else, because you don't really blind things. Let's say a base Citadel boots. Also, there's no real like uniques that like really are attractive to this build. You get enough movement speed from haste from this, or you can get tier 7 movement speed on these instead of 5. This is a good pair. Any of these with Attunement and movement speed, some health, it's not bad. No important, because we're not using a two-hander this time, and we don't have minions, so we can't use Titan Heart or Pale Ox, so this is our option for... Jesus, sorry. This is why I keep water around. This is our option for DR in the chest slot. I'm working on my resistances. They aren't all super null-portent capped. But, you know, you can help that with idols. You can, take some... You can do things to... Not hard to... on Paladin. And it's a lot of DR. So that's nice. Rise Light. I got a 2 LP one of these. Whew! Whew! This thing is great. On a great base, increased fire damage, maxes your fire resistance, skill plus Judgement, and healing effectiveness. Best option. There is something to be said, however, about Horns of Aberroth. This thing doubles your mana cost, or not doubles, increases it by 50%. And gives % increased melee damage. I like Rise Light for the skill point and the healing effectiveness, and the fact that I have a 2 LP one of them. But this increases the mana cost of Judgement, which means that Judgment's damage will go up because its mana cost counts towards the node that gives it more damage per mana consumed. So, it's an option. I'm pretty sure it would be good. But this is really annoying to get with 2 LP, and I would want block chance and something else on it. Missing out on the healing effectiveness from this is kind of rough. I don't get another +1. Important, but these are like even to me. But Rise Light is more thematic, and I like it more. I think it's cooler. Yeah, I don't know. Make your choice here. I have not tested this as thoroughly as I should for being the video maker, but hey, c'est la vie. I said that twice. I said c'est la vie twice in one video. Fuck off. Nihilus. Plus $2 skills and great stats. This is a really, really well-rolled one. Frenzy after you use Evade is also helpful for reasons like later, usually mostly for or ailment things before you hit them with your Judgement and getting your mana back faster. The min-roll movement speed on this is pretty bad, but other than that, get one of these with a decent roll. I'll go fight Aberroth normal at the end of this video to show that he is not hard at all to farm on any Paladin. You know, exception. This is plus $2 skills. That's the most important part of this. You want healing effectiveness here. Yeah. You want healing effectiveness. I was trying to think of a better... The Goat. Then Peak of the Mountain to help with crit, and +5 to all attributes helps a lot with Red Ring. Leech doesn't matter because... Actually, a lot of our sustain comes from health regen and just not taking damage. Potions sometimes, and we have a really high endurance. We don't really need Leech. Although I will say, it is kind of weird that the Consecrated Aura doesn't heal me while I have it. Like, that's a little questionable. Because Consecrated Ground heals you, certainly. And the Aura, I think, heals your allies. I have no friends, so I wouldn't know. And I play offline. Because, you know. Oh, by the way, someone last video was like, you must be a cheater if you're playing offline. That's not true. I just don't want to deal with the servers. And also, I like not having to have an internet connection to play the game. Anyways, whatever. My bad, guys. A guy who commented on the last video, if you're out there, I promise you I did not edit my character. I just have too much free time. So you want tier 7 attunement on this. I would kind of like... I think Healing Hands is the best tier. We're not using the skill, but it has a healing effectiveness on it. But I kind of want to toy with maybe like a mana affix on here. Oh my god, I'm sorry. This is like this is the most unscripted one of my videos have ever been. This one is also dreadfully rolled because I got fucked by the fucking thing that lets you reroll. But whatever. Idols, Throne of Ambition, fire damage, bosses, great. You want these healing effectiveness idols. The second one doesn't really matter, but I like fire penetration with melee attacks, and shred armor on melee hit, and block effect. These three are like equally good. The only thing that matters is getting that healing effectiveness prefix on there. And why do we want healing effectiveness, you might ask? Well, let's take a look at the passives and the skills, because I talked about it a little more earlier, but there's a lot of benefits to healing effectiveness. A serious amount. So we talked about Judgement already. Consecrated Ground gets healing effectiveness, but let's just talk about the skill tree. Where Consecrated Ground gets spell damage from healing effectiveness. And we have more healing effectiveness. It's nice. But let's talk about the skill tree. So We go down here. This is a good node because it double dips for both of our things. Love it. This is a travel node, and this is our melee healing effectiveness scaling. This is our crit, and we just put a point here. Then you also want to go up here. This gives it more duration, gives you the aura, and gives it 100% more damage over time, which is great because we don't really have a lot of building for damage over time on our gear, but a lot of it is covered by the flat from healing effectiveness and this node, which is great. Through here you get more healing effectiveness, which is more damage, and more duration, which is really nice. I love duration, because it means we can run around and not have to play the game for long. This is the consume mana node. This used to consume your entire mana bar, but it doesn't do that anymore. It consumes 25% of it. More damage per 1 mana is great. And also, you can get plus 40 mana cost here, which means that it transfers to this node, which also means that increasing the mana cost by 50% from the aura node also counts towards this. So we have 66 mana cost on this thing, which is 132, I can do math, 132% more damage from this node without even considering the actual effect of it, which consumes a percentage of your current mana, which is huge. That's really big. With the rest of my points, I went up here to get more hit damage against frozen bosses. I'm considering swapping this, though, to put some more points in the crit, in crit multi, or going over here to make the mana sustain a little bit. But this is what I've landed on at the moment. Or I could get armor shred. There's a lot, or you could get cleanse. Lots of things. Anyways, that's Judgment. So how do we sustain this mana cost, you might ask? We're using Vengeance as a generator, as most Paladin build. Vengeance makes you take less damage just from its normal thing. It makes you take even less damage from this, which is just... attack speed, more damage while you're using Vengeance. Hey, again, boosts our consecrated ground. If we don't want to use another Judgment, but there's a slightly tankier normal mob, and we still have our consecrated ground, the garbage truck just... If we don't want to fully cast Judgment again to kill things in one hit, we want things to die a little bit, we can start slapping things with Vengeance while the consecrated aura is still active, and it will increase its damage. This is another riposte, which is lovely. Less damage. We went Iron Blades because we can max out Iron Blade chance with this node so that we can apply things faster. Iron Blades is more hits, means more armor shreds, more ignites, more fire resistance shred, because we also went over here. Wait, no, I don't actually think forged weapons do that. Iron Blades. Yeah, a more Doom application is what I meant. So that's good. You want that. Holy Aura and Symbols of Hope are really boring. I don't have to say anything about these, but I will anyways. Penetration, increased fire damage, attack speed, resistance and endurances, cleanse, more resistances, fucking healing effectiveness. That's awesome. It's always on. Turn it on when it's off cooldown. Great. Symbols of Hope, even more boring. Healing effectiveness, you want that. Some crit, you can take that. Increased damage, great. More flat damage is a little bit useless because you already get so much flat from the way that you're building Judgment. Fine. And block, and get as many sigils as possible. You know what, I'm gonna unspec one crit, and just imagine it's down here, because I don't know why I didn't do it, but it would be a lot better than the, like, whatever % crit chance I get from this. You know what, it's fine. Who cares? His skill is boring, and I don't really like it very much, but that's okay. And then next we have Javelin, which is part of our combo. So we make it a banner, because the banner gives us increased damage and endurance threshold per attunement, and if you haven't noticed, we have quite a lot of attunement. Make the banner last a while. I didn't like the cooldown with this, so we have no movement skill on this build other than evade, but it's fine. It's already kind of a walk later, and I mean, you can do this. There's nothing wrong with doing it. This is the most important note here. Directly using Javelin and hitting an enemy causes your next Judgment or Forge Strike to deal more damage. So you have to aim it over things, which is a little annoying. But if you do, you get 60% more damage, which also applies to your Consecrated Aura. So if you kill something at the beginning of a map with this, then the Consecrated Aura that you're running around with will also deal 60% more damage than you. Great fun. Awesome. The other thing I wanted up here was Ignite chance while it's on cooldown, so that we can ignite things to take advantage of this node, because otherwise it's a little stupid to ignite things on some of the easiest way. Great, less mana cost so that, you know, it's less mana cost. There's really not a lot of other nodes you can do here. Fantastic. Look, it's all a well-oiled machine. You walk up to something, let's say there's an enemy here. Let's say there was some sort of training dummy, which I don't have unlocked on the fucking map because I'm an idiot. So I turn on Holy Aura. I run up to something, I hit it with Vengeance a couple times, I throw it on a Javelin, kablam! Great, everything's fine. We just killed the thing in one hit, and now I run around with this, and everything dies around me. So how do we supplement all of this? By becoming fucking invincible with the passive tree. So you want block and less damage taken from nearby, and this so that Vengeance can restore your mana, which is very important actually. You kind of always want to be spamming Vengeance. Boss fight especially, because you want to use Judgment more than once every 27 years. And you want to be using it with as much mana as possible so that it consumes more. That node that makes it do more damage when it consumes mana, yeah. I took strength here just for fun. I should probably put it into it, but I think this is a genuine actual misclick. That's fine though. You want this for sure. I maxed it out because nowhere else to put points. You should probably put 3 points in here. I didn't feel like it. This, we got a lot of endurance threshold in this build from multiple sources. One from Javelin. This is another one. Endurance threshold per 2% uncapped elemental resistance. I don't know if you don't a lot of elemental. One. Then we got some block chance. Then we get less damage taken from crits and spell damage, which helps us out with a teeny bit. This is healing effectiveness and endurance and a lot of health, which is really good. This is a bit of health regen, so that we aren't always on low health. We have a little bit of sustain. And it also gives us necrotic resistance and more healing effectiveness and more health. This is mana regen. We have a lot of block chance, 89%, and more when I get another sigil. So this is a lot of mana regen, which also helps with mana. This is all resistances, all important. Thank you. This is a really good block node, so we can block more. I love blocking. This is increased health regen per attunement. Hey, we have a lot of attunement, so we can get a little bit of health regen. How much do I have? 420? Not bad at all. It helps. This is crit node, crit multi, crit chance. You see what I mean, right? These nodes are just like, holy fucking shit, you're just covering all the bases. Then this is even more endurance threshold per 2 attunement, which is like, I have so much attunement and so much endurance threshold already. Did I need more? Yes. This one's really good. Gives you some attack speed, which helps be Vengeance better. Fire penetration global per 100% increased healing effectiveness. We get like 55% fire pen from this node. Great, thanks. I was already building healing effectiveness, but now I want to do it even more. This is even more healing effectiveness and even less damage over time taken. Oh look, even less damage over time taken. Oh look, more health regen. Increased effect from Holy Aura and Symbols of Hope. That's literally like everything in those two skills. And this, 24% increased mana and health? Okay, like, it's just like, oh, all of this is just insane. And of course we get healing effectiveness per point of attunement, which is just so great. It's so awesome, guys. So yeah, that was, I don't know, this mastery is really interesting. Like, I feel like there's no like choice to be made. You just like take every fucking node. But you know, whatever. Who cares? It's fun. We're gonna go fight Aberroth. Sorry, this video is probably like deeply fucking, I don't know. I always get so insecure about these. I wonder if I'll get enough XP from killing the Harbingers. I don't know. I always get like weirdly self-conscious about the like 0 production value of these videos, but it's a fucking last Epoch build guide. Or showcase. Excuse me, showcase. Like my... That's my catch-all. Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god, that's funny as fuck. Oh my god, that's funny as fuck. I forgot that it would do that. I haven't fought normal Aberroth in a while on this character because I got this Nihilus and I got the 2 LP Null Portent and I didn't have to do anything else. Okay, let's see this. Bonk. Oh hey, is down to 80%. This is like even more bonky than the bonky. Okay, this is like even like more than the fucking Smelter's Wrath build last time. Why did he just not get crit? Oh man, my crit. I'm gonna do this. You literally don't have to care about anything he does. It's a good time. I like evading for Frenzy from Nihilus, by the way. Maybe hit things faster. But yeah, you just don't care about any of his attacks. It's pretty cool. Like seriously, like do not care. That did 91 damage to me. This is the final boss. Well, no, he's not. Aberroth's the final boss, but you know what I'm saying. It's the final boss for most people. Okay, and then he's going to die here. Bonk. Look at that. Easy as heck. Heck? My dialect is really all over the place today. So, I ended the last video here, but I'm gonna subvert expectations and not, because I still need to talk about blessings. I just remembered. Yeah. Damage. Ring. Is on any of these. So yeah, that's that. Good against single targets, good against groups. 12 fucking 100 corruption, may I add. It's a great time. Blessings. I'll talk about blessings while I, briefly, and then I'll go clear some more and end out the video with some more footage. Blessing. Fuck, wrong thing. Blessings. I like crit multi. I like mana, for more mana. I like all res. Armor, I have such a... okay, I hate Spirits of Fire, so I have, like, the minimum roll of this. I hate that boss fight. The fucking shamans in Spirits of Fire, like, they are the most fucked thing. I don't like them. And the Harbinger in that timeline is even fucking worse. You could get Endurance here. Or Fire Shred, but I like the flat armor. I really don't have that much. My Endurance capped? 58. You can also take increased fire damage or shred. I don't know, I prefer the armor. And then you want as close to a max roll on the block from Herod as possible for a block build, as every fucking paladin is. So once again, I'm gonna show you the clear, and I'm gonna say thank you. By the way, back to my insecurity. People are so fucking nice in the comments of these videos. People are like, "You're my favorite Last Epoch YouTube channel," and then I'm like, "I'm a Last Epoch YouTube channel? Okay, I thought I was a rock star, but I'll take this too. This is certainly a lot more lucrative than my music career, and by lucrative I mean gets me more attention, because I'm certainly not getting any fucking money from this. Subscribe, by the way, so I can monetize these." No, don't do that. My channel's stupid. You can subscribe if you want. That might be a little cool of you. But the point is, look, I got another point. The point is, you guys are all really sweet to me, mostly, and I think that's cool, and I appreciate it, because I'm just a silly girl in a silly, silly world, and you guys give me the time of day whenever I post a video. I'll be playing one of my favorite video games, which is it's a nice thing, you know. My life is a little rough sometimes, so I like that I have an outlet where I can just talk about something that interests me and be silly, and people seem to actually enjoy it. So that's motivating. If you want to see more videos, you're gonna get more videos. You're gonna get more videos. I promise. I've been more consistent making videos about this than I have about making like any other type of videos in my entire like years being on YouTube and multiple times trying to make videos. So, hey, here's looking at you, kid. I don't know how to end this. Tier 7 bleed, holy jingle. Did I say holy jingle? Judgement!